Look at these roads. We are miles from civilization, but I'm searching for something specific. The residue of Ravana. Yes, King Ravana smeared an ancient lingam with his red body fluid. And this lingam supposedly is still hiding in this forest. Locals call it the Untouchable Lingam. Wait, there. Do you see that? A crumbling ancient temple desperately reinforced by wooden frames. But inside, is that a giant lingam? Does this lingam still have the biological residue of Ravana? There is only one way to find out. Look at the state of this temple. It's collapsing under its own weight, and tree roots are trying to take over. Inside, there is a massive lingam, but there's something very odd about it. But I think I would be able to touch it. How can it be untouchable? Stepping into the unknown. Let's find out if the legends are true. Look at me and then look at this. I'm completely dwarfed. The yoni base alone is 6 feet tall, larger than an average man. When you add the 4-foot cylinder on top, you are standing before a 10-foot giant. Why would the ancients build at such a haunting, impossible scale? I usually touch the cylinder to feel the vibration, but here I can't even reach the cylinder. It might just be untouchable. But the fact that it's physically out of reach is only the second most mysterious thing in this room. I'm setting the untouchability aside for a second, but first, does this lingam actually have the biological residue of Ravana? I'm moving closer to scan the surface. From a distance, it looks like ordinary stone, but we are looking for a microscopic signature that has survived for 1,000 years. Somewhere on the cylinder, the truth is hiding. But actually, no, it just looks like a regular sandstone block. I don't see any traces of anything on it. But let me check the other side of the lingam. Wait, what is that? Is that dried body fluid all over the cylinder? It looks dry and dark red. Is it really the red residue of Ravana? It is peeling off from the lingam due to centuries of weathering. But is it possible these are the organic traces of King Ravana? Ravana was an ancient king who was said to have created strange lingams in this region. Where am I? Today, this forest is known as 𝐾𝐈𝐍𝐾𝐌, but inscriptions show a different name, Lingapura, meaning the city of lingams, and Ravana created 1,000 lingams in this area. But carvings of Ravana show a strange detail. He used his body fluid on a sacred lingam to gain supernatural powers. I would have never believed this story to be true until I saw this with my own eyes. Even now, I'm in disbelief. Is this true, or is it some type of paint? But lingams are never painted. I've shown you hundreds of lingams on my channel, but not one ancient lingam had been painted. Again, I tried to touch it, but this lingam is truly untouchable. But in the front, you do not see any traces of Ravana's residue. Rather, you see a line, a curve carved on it. This is known as the Brahma Sutra, or the string of Lord Brahma, even though this temple is in a very remote location in Cambodia. It is exquisitely carved. Look at the base. You can see a series of ornate carvings of tidal waves and cymatic patterns. But the base has seen some heavy damage. Look at these deep cracks. Someone has desperately tried to destroy the lingam of Ravana. Ravana had many enemies and is disliked by many even today. But Ravana is credited with crafting many strange lingams with special powers. As I tap on the base, the resonance feels different here. It sounds deep. Is it hollow? Did Ravana make a hollow lingam? Is this really made of sandstone, or is it made of geopolymer? Did he use artificial material to create this bizarre lingam? Now, look at the spout. It is exquisitely carved with tiny bells at the bottom, but the engineering is beyond belief. Look at these perfect right angle cuts. They look like they were made with a laser, not a chisel. But wait, what is underneath the spout? A naga? Is this a serpent from the underworld? Or is it a yali, a lion-like prehistoric animal? It has some very strange facial features. But look at the strange engineering. The spout goes straight into the temple wall. Won't the water just hit the wall and stop? No, look. There is a perfectly cut hole to drain the water out through the temple walls. Wait, what is that behind me? Is that a real lizard? Or is that a reptile carved so perfectly into the stone that it looks alive? Let me go underneath the spout and get to the other side of the lingam. At the back, again, you can see the strange animal bearing the weight of the lingam. Why would someone destroy it so heavily as though they did not want to see its face? But it's not just the manual destruction. Even nature is trying to destroy this lingam. Look at the roots. They are quietly creeping up from underneath, trying to uproot the lingam with their tentacles. And the tree is not even inside the walls. Why is everything working against Ravana's red lingam? This isn't just a crack, it's evidence of an ancient sabotage. They tried to break the untouchable with everything they had, and they failed. The fact that this 10-foot giant is still standing after such a brutal assault is proof that we are dealing with a material and a power that defies logic. However, there are people who support this lingam even today. See here, they are still burning incense and candles for this lingam. I can smell the fresh fragrance from the incense sticks. This is the power of Ravana. Even though some people call him a demon, he is secretly adored by many even today. I'm putting my shoes back on. Let's see what else is waiting for us in the ruins outside. As I walk outside, I find a false door on this side. It looks like a doorway, but it has a giant spout. If you look through the hole in the center, you can actually see the lingam inside. The spout isn't made of one stone. It's two massive blocks that have been fused together without a drop of mortar. After thousands of years, they've practically become a single unit. It's a precision carved drainage conduit that uses gravity to pull liquid out of the untouchable lingam. The view from the outside is somewhat strange. The silence here is heavy. It's been centuries since this temple has seen a crowd. But in the shadows, a few loyal followers still come here to make offerings. They believe the energy of Ravana is still active in the stone, and they are the only ones left who know how to tap into it. But nature has other plans. Termites are building mounds to take over the Ravana's lingam. Our ancestors tell us that termites build very large mounds over entire temples they don't like, and eventually snakes will live inside them. Look at these openings. They seem as though they are made with human hands, but they're made by termites. And look at these helicopter seeds. The trees are showering this temple with these seeds. See how they fall slowly using their spinning fans. Locals call them samara, which actually comes from the Sanskrit word chamara, which means fans or fly whisks. And if you take a closer look, the seeds look like Rudraksha, the ornament of Lord Shiva. As I get ready to leave the site, I see a strange tree growing at an odd angle. But then I notice something even stranger. Look at these black dots, oil residue. Some people have been lighting traditional oil lamps and doing strange rituals here. But why on this side of the temple? Is it a signal that there's another lingam in the same direction? And that's exactly what I find nearby. The Cambodian archaeology department is trying to restore this lingam, but it's so controversial, so insane, I cannot show it to the public. I've posted this video in my members only community. A giant cosmic antenna is waiting for you. If you want to see this forbidden structure, please click on the join button below. I am PraveenMohan, and I will see you on the other side.